Petroleum's towers today matches the feel of Malaysia very much. Do you know why?
Elements of the towers, floor patterns, wall patterns that incorporated not only Islamic traditions of the design, but many specifically Malaysian crafts and decorative elements.
The floor plan is also an Islamic design. Two interlocking squares form the eight-pointed star shape of the floor plan. However, the interlocking squares limit the usable areas of the building. The solution is to add 8 semicircles so that it becomes a star with 16 curved angles. This is a very efficient shape. To add on that, the designer added circles at the intercepting areas so that the floor plan points outward. And that's the final design of the building. The next task is to determine the building material. Steel is extremely expensive for such a high building, and Malaysian workers are not familiar with it. Therefore, concrete is used instead of steel. Concrete can absorb shaking 2 times as steel does. It can also withstand strong wind. However, it is a heavy material. The two towers weigh 60 kilograms in total, which creates a great pressure to the land. To support the great pressure, engineers need to build the deepest foundation in the world, but they meet another problem. The underground cliff that the towers stand on is a layer of limestone. The limestone there has small holes inside, which causes soil problem. One day, the problem will cause an uneven height of the foundation, and the tower will incline. Quickly, they work out the solution. Engineers move to a workplace 60 meters away from the original site with stable soil. A massive concrete block and stacks 125 meters deep will be built. As the tower enters the construction stage, they meet another problem. An inclination of several centimeters was found in one of the towers when it was built to the 40th floor. No one knows the reason. It is a serious problem, as the tower will continue to incline if nothing is done to that. There may be a disaster.
I was afraid. We have a tilting tower in KL. I was afraid of that.
Because of that, all the constructions are suspended until the strategy to the problem is found. The solution that they discovered was to generate a strong opposing lane to cancel out the problem. After they overcorrected the problem, the tower goes back to the correct verticality.
Fortunately, the deviation was small, and the correction required was minimum.
A feature that makes the tower stand out among the buildings in the world is the bridge. The original design is to use a series of steel wires to lock the bridge to the towers. This is based on the theory that they make the structure stable. But when they study the design more closely, they discovered that the theory was wrong. The towers may move towards opposite directions. If the bridge is fixed to the towers, when the towers move apart, a great tension will be formed on the bridge. Designers and engineers looked into other potential replacements. The solution was to float the bridge. It involved building an inverted V-shaped arch to support the bridge at the center.
The thing is that at the center of this point, at each of these bearing, the bridge is allowed to move 3/4 of a meter in either direction of the.
And that's how the bridge designed. Another feature of the towers is the spear. The spear is actually not included in the original design.
In the original submission by Pelly, the roof or the top of the building was a flat roof. So it seemed abrupt. To the owners, it seemed an abrupt ending, or rather an abrupt crown to the building.
The design of the spear is again an Islamic one. The designer studied the mosques around and used it as a design of the towers. The original height of the towers is only 379 meters. With the spear added by accident, an additional 73 meters is added, making it the highest building in the world.